about over-explaining, feeling like you need to explain yourself to unreasonable people. Explaining yourself to unreasonable people is pointless. Okay, narcissist. I'm trying to look for another way to say it other than narcissist. Narcissistic. I don't know. I don't want to be name calling. You know what I mean? Even though you call a diabetic. So is it okay to call a narcissist a narcissist? A diabetic has to accept that they're diabetic. You know, I'm a diabetic. I am diabetic. You can't be afraid of the word diabetic, right? So, is it okay to say narcissist? Narcissist, diabetic. At what point does it turn into name calling? You know, and I'm not trying to be rude, mean, disrespectful. How else do you describe it in one word without having to go into a big long sentence? Well, these emotionally blah blah type of people who do this and no, just how do you say it short and sweet? Narcissist, right? Without no offensive intentions. So, explaining yourself to a narcissist. Don't do it. It's pointless. They are not going to understand. You don't go to a narcissist and say, you're trying to gaslight me and drag me into your delusional world with you and psychologically destroy. They're going to look at you and just blink like, huh? They're not going to understand what you're talking about. They're not going to understand what you mean, what you're talking about. Huh? That's all they know. So you don't need to go into all that with they're not going to understand what you're saying. Just walk away. You don't try to explain mechanics to a baker. Well, I mean, you don't try to explain something to someone who's not going to get it. They're not going to get it. They're going to take little words and throw them back at you. No, you're doing this. They're going to flip it onto you. No, you're gaslighting me. You're gaslighting me when they don't even know what gaslighting means. They're just going to take your little terms that you use and throw it back at you and accuse you of doing it. And they don't even know what it means. They copy. That's how they blend in, look normal. They just copy. Even though they don't really know the significance of it or whatever. They copy. They're copycats. This is their way of going undetected. Okay. They mimic. They have to mimic people so they can look normal. This is what one of my neighbors did, my old neighbors. He was on drugs. I knew he was. And he would mimic right when he moved in. I had stuff hanging on the porch. He put stuff hanging on his porch. I had plants on the front. He stuck these two little pots. It was really weird. He stuck these two little plant pots in his front door. Never watered them. He was just trying to look like me, to like blend in. And when I actually met him, so you'd think he'd be like this cool, friendly dude. All this serene stuff surrounding his place, you know. When I met him, ice cold, ice cold, ice cold. Didn't even hardly look at me. Probably because he was all messed. Because when you're messed up like that, you don't want to look at anybody. You don't want to look at anybody because you're afraid they're gonna know that you're high on something, right? And I was just like, something doesn't add up here. He's got all this cool hippie stuff hanging from his porch. He's got plants, and yet he's ice cold. Something's not right here. Incongruency. And then the more I interacted with him, the more he was just, I could see he was on something. And it hit me. I'm like, he's trying to blend in and to look normal. He's copying me, so I'll try to blend in and look. That's what this dude's doing. And it's a creepy feeling. It's a creepy feeling. It's like single white female movie when they're like mimicking you. That's what it is. They don't really know what they're doing. They're just mimicking you. Oh, he's just like me. He's cool. He's cool. Hey, neighbor. No. But back to explaining. You don't explain. They're not going to get it. You don't need to go into all the psychology terms. They're not going to understand. They're just going to throw it right back at you and accuse you of doing it. So don't waste your time or your breath or your energy trying to convey what's the technicalities to a nurse. They're not. It's going to be cricket in their head, crickets, right? So just don't. Don't explain, just walk away.